Welcome back to Xplain from X Society. My name is Misha. I am your turtle from the Good Morning X show. And I wanted to talk to you today about monetization, spamming, and kind of what it means to be a user creator on this platform. What does X want from us? So let's talk about that today. Part of what motivated this is not necessarily God, my hair is already in my face. It's an early morning. Apologies about that. Part of what motivated this is I saw multiple posts from ex-employees. I think Nate Esperanza. I saw one from Zach W, whatever his name is. Unlike some ex-creators, honestly, guys, I don't memorize what these people's lives are like. Some of you guys get super creepy. Remember, these people have jobs and lives. It's like sometimes people are like, "Oh my God, I saw your Instagram post of you of your daughter." And it's like, Jesus fucking Christ, are you serious? Are you looking at that dude's random other life? But anyway, though, I do read what the ex-employees sometimes post, which is why if you're an ex-employee, you might want to be careful about what you say in posts. One person that's kind of smart about this, Nate McGreedy, if I'm mispronouncing his last name, I'm sorry, dude. But the live streaming dude, he mentioned yesterday, hey, yeah, don't hold me to it because I know if I say something, someone will report it. So that's how you should think about it. Now, I don't want to make it seem like I'm calling out the ex-employees here, because I actually think their heart is in the right place when they say this. And not all these ex-employees have any sort of role in this stuff. That's what sometimes people don't understand. I have this thing on my fart too. I'm not refilming this. Okay. Not all these ex-employees have a role in everything. And not every ex-employee has to be your friend either. Sometimes people are like, I don't like Kettlebell Dan. And it's like, well, okay, don't follow Kettlebell Dan. I don't know what to tell you. But I see multiple of these ex-employees posting, stop doing one-line questions, stop doing spammy replies. And I replied to a couple of them. I had one to Zach the other day where I said, hey, look, dude, I hate it. I hate that content. You're right. I don't want to see it. I hit not interested. I hit not interested all the time. And I've tried it both ways in the For You algorithm. If you guys go down your For You, you hit the triple dots, and you have an option to click not interested, and it'll give you two follow-up choices. One, you can say you're not interested in more posts from this user. And then two, you can say you're not interested in more posts from this content type. And what I don't understand is I have multiple accounts. I manage some accounts as a delegate admin, for X Society, for kind of some fashion stuff that Jay Blanco's doing. So I have multiple accounts in that sense. And I have a few alts I use for I have a baseball one. You guys want to follow it at Misha Fit, where it's just kind of baseball movies. So I use X enough where I feel like I'm not trapped actually in my Misha Turtle X bubble really, because I'm going into these other accounts and I'm not interacting the same way I do on my main master account. Okay, because there's no reason to. My main master account is for posting, my best videos mainly, maybe some of my lives and my art. But on the other channels and whatnot, I might just be interacting with baseball posts. And I'm seeing these one-line trash questions come in what does it mean to be an ex-creator? And do you hate one-line questions? And it's ironic that I got a one-line question coming in from literally an ex-employee. It's kind of going full circle. What am I supposed to do here, ex-employee? I'm clicking not interested. That's food for thought, something to keep in mind. It is partly an issue with the platform. It is enabling users to do this, or is encouraging users to do this. It's incentivizing users to do this. That is the problem. That is the issue. If you want user behavior to change the incentives. Period. I think sometimes people don't understand. You can be very critical and also realistic and not a little bitch about it. For example, I'm not going to go say, yeah, I hate the world because my content doesn't do as well. I'm probably going to say, well, X is really just not incentivizing that long-form content. And if I want to be doing that long-form content, I know it's probably going to be doing better on Rumble right now. I might still post it to X, but I'm aware of that. Now, if X wants to change that, and some of the things they've been, suggesting in their product roadmap have been things like video monetization. That's awesome. Do it, X. Do more of that, and you'll get creators producing different types of content. But you also have to be bringing it into people's feeds. You have to do both. Now, The second part of this X Explained episode that I wanted to dig into here is I want to talk about a post from DrClownPhD. That's why I love X. I get to just go, we get to talk about a post from DrClownPhD. How can you not love it? So the post is from the other day, from January 15th, 2024, and DrClownPhD says, how can someone post 2,764 times in a single day? I don't get excuse me. Sorry, clown. I'm the clown apparently this morning. I don't get why I can't get an answer from at Sage of Sapien. That is Sage of, spelled O-F, Sapien, A-S-A-P-I-E-N. I don't know why I spelled it out. I'm not going to put it on the screen here as a little chevron thing, because this is just, an X Explained podcast video. Really, I should just make this a podcast, but since I'm uploading on X, you have to have the video, otherwise people don't click it. Apparently people want to see my face. It's so stupid. I don't understand. Why do you want to see my face? Like, I really don't get it. I can make you an AI agent of me that's way hotter. Like, I'm talking, I can have like a lady with huge tits and like, if you're a woman watching this, you're like, I'm going to stop watching Misha right now. If you're a woman watching this, I can make you a giant 6'7", Hulk of a man with giant muscles. Saying what I'm saying. Anyway, though, let's actually read DrClownPhD's post. How can someone post 2,764 tweets in a single day? I don't get why I can't get an answer from at SageofSapien about this. He says he's here to help people. So please, help me. I just want to know, how can you do this? If we assume you're applying for 16 straight hours in a day, that means, and he did the math, 172.8 tweets per hour, 20.8 seconds per tweet, with no break. No break. You're reading this right. No break on this. This is wild. Wild. No break. And he has the stats here. I'm not quote post this. This is like dope. This is the type of creator research stuff I love on X. Like, I actually spent like I said I was gonna only spend like 5 minutes on it because I don't care. I don't care that Sage of Sapien necessarily is doing this. The point of this video is not necessarily to go trash him, because there's 1,000 other people that are doing what this dude is doing. So I really don't have an issue with the Sage of Sapien dude. I do it probably overall with the fact that this system is probably happening on X. But like I said at first, I'm gonna follow this for 5 minutes while I'm watching Aaron Hernandez documentary. And I just dug in deeper. I'm like, DrClownPhD, the AI artist dude, satirist, he's crushing on this. And he pulled up the data. He went to, there's I think a Social Blade, and you can check the number of posts. So literally, going over the last 2 weeks, the daily average, or the last 30-day daily average, is 1,906 tweets per day. Really? Let me go to, I'm going to go to pennies, actually. Let's see. What is it? Social Blade. So while I'm doing that, does that seem suspicious to you at all? I think it seems super suspicious. Like, how does someone have time to do that? So as a comp, let's go type in penny 2x. What is it? I'm penny 2x. I'm just going with someone I know replies a lot on X. Penny is actually, to my knowledge, not doing anything spammy. I want to be clear about that. I don't think he's doing anything automated. I don't know. But I want to be clear. I'm clicking because he tweets a lot. So I want to see how much is Penny tweeting. Penny's daily average is 544. I looked this up just now. From January 3rd to January 16th, Penny has tweeted, replies and main posts, 544 times a day on average. That's a lot, guys. But that's Penny, running whatever his media startup thing is. And good for him, whatever. Wish him luck. But the thing is, like, that's someone I consider a power user on the platform who I see day in, day out, literally like replying to pretty much everyone that's not like a complete jackass in his replies. So it's like, if Penny, who treats this pretty much like a full-time day job, is doing 544 on average with a peak let's see, on January 13th or January 15th, excuse me, of 886. He didn't even hit over 1,000. Penny is somehow only doing about a 1/3 in a day of what this guy Sage of Sapien is doing. Anyone else not find this suspicious as hell? I do. It's super sus. So I replied to this guy at DrClownPhD. I've been following for a while. He does some really cool art stuff. And I said, yeah, like I looked at his profile. And why did Alpha Fox, who called this out initially, apologize to this guy? Alpha Fox should not have apologized. Alpha Fox is right. Alpha Fox called out that there's accounts that are flamming. Is flamming a new word? It's like flaming and fanning. But they're spamming X with garbage content. So I went to his profile, and it is garbage content. There's a couple actually good art posts or whatever. I'll give him credit for that. Good job. You make a little bit of art. The rest of it is GM. Oh my God. And then this dude, Sage of Sapien, the funniest thing about this guy is, like, I don't even know if he's real. This could just be an AI bot, guys, for real. Like, we don't know if this is actually a person. Like, and part of the reason I don't know why it's a person is this is associated with a random verified org called memore.org. I don't personally care enough about how deep the Sage of Sapien rabbit hole goes down. He claims to be a black market information dealer and chief of aesthetics. So what I'm going to take that to mean is he works probably for social marketing or something for like a random Web3 firm, and maybe he does design. Or he's not even a real person, he's AI. There's actually a world where he's just an AI agent. I'm not ruling that out. But all his posts are pretty much like that, and it's spam upon spam. And I see a follow-up post from Preston Henshaw, at Preston Henshaw X, who says, assuming he is treating X like a job, sitting in front of a computer 12 plus hours a day, entirely focused on replying, and that he is using X Pro so the feed auto refreshes, and we've one word short replies as evident in his reply section. I think this is possible. So Preston really having to give this guy some caveats here. And he continues, I could easily 5 replies in 20 seconds using X Pro. It would require a commitment unlike we've seen before of sitting in front of a computer replying, but possible. Other explanations could be there are multiple people who have access to the account who are replying. I could believe that. There are people out of India and Pakistan and South Asia in general who are doing this, not just the follow for follow groups, guys, but they're literally running like several people have the same account. And that's not necessarily against TOS. I've mentioned this earlier in the video where I'm like, I've done delegate accounts before when I talked about the algo. So like, literally, yeah, there's multiple accounts that run, for example, the X Society account, because we use that kind of for overview of all of our shows and whatnot across like a ton of different accounts that are disparate accounts, right? But like, I don't think that's what's going on here. And we'll get to that more later. But he says, but possible. Other explanations could be, so that, or that this is scripted using one of many AI tools that people use to generate an auto reply within a second to large accounts. But I have a hunch that at Sage of Sapien is just really committed, unlike anything we've seen before, is doing everything. No, Preston. I'm sorry. Good for you. I hope you live in Fantasyland. You say, I speak to Australian politicians about issues affecting our country on X Spaces. Good for you. I hope X works out for you, and I hope you grow a huge platform or whatever. Preston, no, this guy is not doing that. Sage of Sapien is not some amazing guy who is like trying to make amazing X content, who's just some individual. No, I'm calling bullshit. DrClownPhD responds, not even that. It would need to be 16 hours straight, no breaks, no distractions, no chat groups, pure focus on posting X replies for 16 hours straight a day. Like, Jesus Christ. I honestly don't think that this account is there. Now, if he's just spamming list replies, there's a bigger question as well about why is this account able to do that without being flagged as spam? That's a different question then. However, let's look into some other things on this. So Alpha Fox actually responded and said, No idea. It doesn't seem possible. Alpha, why did you retract this? You were right. You shouldn't have apologized. You shouldn't have apologized, brother. So I actually followed up with this as well. I jumped into a conversation. Things are getting crazy when I have to jump in because, it's stupid when I have to get in here because I hate this stuff. I usually don't like jumping into it. But even I jumped in because I'm like, dude, you are lying your butt off. You are lying. You are a liar, 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 pants on fire. I said, you honestly expect anyone to believe that, Sage? I don't particularly care, and I'm going to go back to watching the Aaron Hernandez documentary. Saw a documentary on HBO Max. But dude, come on, calling bull. An iPhone? No way. You maybe could gaslight people with an over-the-top detailed explanation that you used X Pro. I could see people believing that an autistic dude on the internet was doing this for 10 plus straight hours. But an iPhone? No. Look, if I said I was doing this for, I've used X for 10 straight hours. I could replicate this if I really tried. But like an iPhone, no. And I ended this with Alpha Fox called you right. I don't care about public shaming. And this is not meant to public shame this guy. I don't care about Sage of Sapien. But as an objective observer, he's full of shit. He's full of shit. And I'm hoping that this DrClownPhD just like nails this tomorrow. He says he's going to follow up on it. And I think that he's right because the Sage guy keeps doubling down. He says it's just him with an iPhone. It's not just him with an iPhone. And here's the thing, guys. People try to act like this is original content creation. And I can't even get mad at this guy. Why would I get mad at this guy when X lets it happen? I'm not even getting pissed at X because I know that you have to live in this world. Either you make your content, you post on X and it gets money, or it doesn't. It gets traction, it doesn't. You find a way to have it get traction or it doesn't. Sucks. I wish that good content could rise. This guy's Sage post is trash. It's trash. Couple good art things. Rest is absolute trash. I'd much rather his account probably was just suspended and deleted because it's honestly spamming. But just because it's trash doesn't mean it's not trash that exists on 10,000 other accounts on this platform. The issue is not with Sage of Sapien. I keep saying it's not with Sage of Sapien. Sage of Sapien is doing a formula a lot of our people are doing, more or less, whether it's automated or it's really him on an iPhone, pressing like he's, masturbating the keys himself, people are doing this. Is just like the fallback India groups. And it gets back to the original theme of this Xplain, the original message, which is what does X want us creators to do? What does it want the humans to do? What does it want the turtles to do? Do you want original content? Do you want long-form questions? Do you want a stop to one-line engagement bait farming? I do. And I'm not mad, but I'm frustrated that X and so many other people continue to know what is the problem. They say, can you stop doing the problem? But they don't change the incentives. So for Sage, I looked at stats. He's making 30 million impressions or whatever. He's probably getting a okay paycheck for the replies. If he's doing it manually, it's probably not a good dollar rate per hour. But look, if X is paying it out, it's on them to either re-examine the TOS for his account and see if it's in line with creator monetization standards. And if it is, what do you want them to do? Well, blame X. Don't blame the creator necessarily. This is also stupid in all of this. It's kind of like, I think everyone sucks here, with the exception of DrClownPhD. I think he did some good work by pointing this out. Anyway, though, guys, I hope this helps. I want to do an Xplain. This ended up being a longer one than I expected. It ended up being almost close to 20 minutes here. We are in the new year. Why were we slow getting started this year? Well, primarily, guys, we just had a lot of little issues to start the year. I was sick, unfortunately. Did you know that turtles commonly have stomach bugs and other issues? It happens. It's really, really awful. That's why you should never handle turtles, without washing your hands after. You don't want to spread salmonella or those other things. It's also a reason why I am banned from most restaurants. So I've thought about doing things like sit-ins and stuff before to get equal rights for turtles, but usually people tell me that's offensive to racial minority marches in the past. So I end up scrapping that idea for 2025 and coming up with something a little bit less likely to get me canceled. But really, should I? I mean, we're in a new world order where apparently nothing will get us canceled. We'll see. It's 2025. This was Xplain. I'm Misha. GMX. We out.